Hi, my name is Neriah.
You know that little thing that we call love. It's funny how we never get enough. It's never been so easy to love someone so deeply. I love the way my name sounds.
When I was younger, I always knew I loved singing, and my parents always said that I started singing before I started talking. And when my parents got divorced, my dad had painted me this picture of me and my sister, and there was rainbows and this wishing well. And I guess every night I would look at it, and I had this journal that I would just write lyrics. And I wrote my first song that was called The Wishing Well, and I had piano classes like twice a week, and I didn't learn how to play any piano because I would just write. I would just have my piano teacher, play melodies and write. And I think that's when I started realizing that I really had a passion for writing and for singing and doing all of it. And then, yeah, as I got older, just writing with other people and collaborating, it really just kind of took a turn, and I was able to start doing it professionally.
I thought we were better friends. You kept asking what that meant. Looking back, does it all make sense? Used to pick me up at dark. Now I'm crying in my car, and I heard you took her to our old bar.
For me, I think that's one of my biggest things, is being able to be vulnerable and also make sure that my music is always about something that actually happened. And for me, relationships is where I get a lot of inspiration. Ex-boyfriends, I can thank them for a lot of the songs, but it always has to be something that actually happened. So many of my songs up to this point have been depressing and sad and about breakups and bad relationships. So I always was like, oh my gosh, I can't be happy, because if I'm happy, what if I can't write anything? And I think that was a big moment of evolving for me, because this next album is only love songs and only happy songs, and they're actually my favorite songs I've ever written in my life. So that was fun to be able to, I'd never written really a happy song before, so it was good to be able to realize that that's possible. It's hard. I think that's where I feel sometimes the most emotions come out, is when you are sad. But it's fun. I'm excited for people to hear the happy side too. And there's some still sad songs, and my breakup songs, or whether it's relationships in any aspect.
It's not like we were happy. We were never meant to be, no, not at all. And even though you hate me, oh, we never had a problem getting off.
If we're having an argument and my boyfriend says something, or I say something, and I'm like, that phrase will stick out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that could be a song. So I have this ongoing list on my phone of notes that has thousands of titles or concepts. And yeah, sometimes after a situation, right when it happens, I'll sometimes screenshot messages and put it in there, or I'll take just a voice memo, and I'll just talk about what happened and how I felt, and then later come back to it. Or journaling, I journal a lot. A lot of real experiences have been from there, and sometimes I'll go back and I'll just take a highlighter and I'll highlight things that I think helped me, or things that stuck out to me the most, or that's happened more than once that I think other people can relate on, or that they want to hear. So it really depends. If it's a bad fight, it could probably be a song by the morning. When we wrote that, we knew that was going to be the first single. Super excited about it, and I just felt like releasing First Time as the first one, it felt like it really began the right story of falling in love for the first time again, especially after that last project. And yeah, we have the next 3 singles figured out. I think my last album, that was 24 songs about the same ex, it was such a turning point in my life, because even the name, we named it Cause of Death, because it was really the death of the version of myself that would ever let someone treat me like that. And I just grew so much, and I learned that it's good to be happy, and there's so many beautiful things to come out of that. So it's still this music is upbeat. We went for a very 80s aesthetic and vibe, which was really fun, and we still have a few, I feel like, Neriah songs in there that are there's one about not necessarily a breakup, but a relationship that might not have worked, whether it could be a friendship, a family member. So yeah, I think people can just expect a much different vocal tone, a much different style of music, and a new version. And I think after this, I think it's fun. I love being able to just play around and find different things to write about and find different sounds, and it's very cohesive, and we still were able to keep, I feel like, the songwriting styles that I always have in there, so people will, it won't be a complete 360. And so we studied a lot. Before we started going into the project and actually writing, we would make like 30 ideas and we would not bounce it. I would not have a version of it. Some would just be a verse, some would just be a chorus, some would just be a pre or an instrumental. And we kind of just lived with it and listened to it, studied some old 80s music, studied some songs, kind of went through absolutely everything. And the first one that we released was actually the first single. And we just knew, I was like, something about this feels so cool and feels so perfect for the summer, and it felt right. We really just kind of see like what tells the story. If we feel like something's missing or if there's another part of it. We went and did a writing trip actually in Joshua Tree for this project that was really fun, and we got most of the singles there. So I think being able to know the style and know this project, if I'm, look at all the songs and I'm like, I think we want another one before we evolve and go to the next sound for the next project, I think that's just a conversation that like we will all have, and see also like what the fans like and what people want to hear and what I think tells the full story. Shows, definitely a lot more shows, which we're excited and planning now. This album will be out, a lot of singles. They're gonna get a lot of singles before the year ends, and the album shortly after. So I'm just really excited for everyone to hear this new version and this new rebrand, and we're definitely entering our Lover Girl era, which will be perfect for the summer.
Dear Cupid, please tell me you hate us both. Is it stupid? Marry you.
I've done a lot of my videos that I've filmed and edited myself, so we're definitely looking to do some, there's a visualizer actually for first time coming out in a few days, and every single song will have at least that, and lyric videos, and we're working on some music videos too, so.
My name is Neriah, Neriah. DM me Noodle if you want to join the family. I am actually in love now, and I'm happy, so we're writing love songs, so I'm getting ready to put out another album. This one is called First Time.
My socials on everything is This Is Neriah, Neriah with an N. And yeah, it's that across all of the platforms. Hi, my name is Neriah, and you've just been buzzed.
Biggest mistake wasn't falling for you. It was thinking that maybe you felt for me too. Like we were happy. We were never meant to be, no.